Bob, Arum, good to see you. You know, Top Rank's always had a reputation of building stars, and as we head into this Terence Crawford Viktor Postol fight, I have to look back. What do you remember about Terence Crawford where you wanted to have him as part of the Top Rank family? What was it about this guy that stood
Well,
out?
I always make it a point to when I go to fights, to go early so I can see the non-televised undercard. And this kid, Crawford, who had been signed with us, was showing up on a lot of these undercards, and I could see that he had some real talent. You know, it's hard to tell sometimes because you don't know the quality of the competition. But my matchmakers assured me that he was fighting real competition. And so when an opening occurred on an HBO televised undercard, I put a lot of pressure on them, on the Crawford people, to take that fight because, you know, to get an HBO fight, to be able to be seen, it usually marks the start of your career if you look well, if you look good. So we had an internal dispute. Cameron Duncan, who as a manager is very cautious, you know, he looks to protect his fighters and move them slowly, was against the fight. As he himself said in an interview with Bob Valen in the USA Today, but Crawford and Brian McIntyre, his trainer and co-manager, realized what a big opportunity it was, and they had a lot of confidence in Crawford, and so their views prevailed, and the fight was made, and that launched Terence Crawford.
And if that was, you know, his introduction to a lot of fight fans, the coming out party, you could say, might be that Yoriorkis Gamboa fight. It was very electric in Omaha. Tell me about that fight.
Well, you know, Gamboa is a tremendous fighter and was a real test for Crawford because a number of these Cubans were extremely good. Gamboa, Rigondeaux, they're terrific fighters, and they have a lot of skills. And Gamboa was a great boxer puncher, and that was not a gimme fight. And in the early on, Gamboa was on top, and Crawford rallied and was able to knock him out. So that was when I saw that fight, I realized that Crawford was the real goods. And that fight and the fight with Ray Beltran. Ray Beltran's a hell of a fighter.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know how many lightweights, if any, can beat Ray Beltran. And he beat him, and he couldn't knock him out, but he won an overwhelming decision over Beltran. And then Delorme was a tough junior welterweight. So I think Terence is the real goods. But this fight, this guy clearly is his best opponent.
Postol, yeah.
And I'm very interested to see how Terence handles this Eastern European style, as demonstrated by a terrific fighter like Viktor Postol.